Gentleman yields back. Now recognize gentleman from North Carolina, Mr. Davis, 5 minutes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chair. To our Secretary Rollins, thank you so much for being with us today.
Good to see you.
I was looking forward to the committee, I'm sure, as we've been excited about you coming. I want to share a picture, the best that I can reflect from so many conversations, what's taking place in Eastern North Carolina back home. Farmers are absolutely getting pounded. These are, without any doubt, tough times, and they're facing many challenges between increased labor costs, low reference prices, increased input costs, so much uncertainty, double duty drawback for tobacco growers, trade, just uncertainty, and in the midst of it all, we still, regardless of how we got here, have no farm bill. And let's be clear, reconciliation is no substitute for a farm bill.
I agree.
In North Carolina, we have out west, which I traveled a little over a week ago to the western part of the state, and it's a dire situation that's still on the ground there as people are trying to pick up the pieces in the aftermath of Hurricane Helene. But then out east, in which I'm honored to represent, we've had our fair share of challenges as we've been crushed with drought. There's so much going on, and by the way, I would like to personally welcome you to Eastern North Carolina.
I would love that.
But what we're leaving farmers now, we're leaving farmers these options. Option A, more debt, take on more debt. Or option B, I'm gonna throw my hands up in the air and call it quits. Here's the reality. I grew up cropping tobacco and doing a lot of hard work that we enjoyed doing as kids, and this is part of our heritage. And when you talk in particular family farmers, they want to continue and pass it on to the children, the next generation, but how many children want to take on all of this right now? So my first question is, what's the timeline for getting the disaster and economic agriculture assistance out the door that's going to help us in North Carolina?
Yeah, I appreciate the question. Oh, God bless you. Welcome.
You
First
took
of
up
all,
5 seconds of my time. That was a big one.
that was an amazing sneeze. The first thing I'll say is with ECAP in North Carolina, 6,389 of your producers received $118 million over the last month or two. So hopefully that is at least a step in the right direction. On the emergency livestock relief, which we just released in the last week or two, there's significant numbers going that way. 599 producers for 23, another 423 producers for 24, a total of $1.4 billion, I believe, on that.
And Madam Secretary, let me acknowledge the work that is taking place. I just want to really paint the picture. There's still a lot more work to be done.
Yeah.
And if I can shift, can you speak on whether you're working with our RMA, the Risk Management Agency Administrator Swanson, to defer interest charges on crop insurance premiums for the current year?
I don't have that answer, but by the end of the next question, we'll have that for you. I am not 100% sure, so I don't want to answer wrongly, but we'll get that to you right away.
Okay, super, thank you. And I want to really thank the chair because we've really been knee-deep in the H-2A program. This is so far an antiquated policy that's still out there, and we just got to come together and get this done. And thank you, Mr. Chair, for the task force, the working group that we advanced. But I want to come in particular with AWR. Because I hear so much about AWR, and this is a real legitimate concern. My question is, what's been the communication from USDA with DOL as well as DHS in relation to ensuring there's enough workers available to continue to feed, fuel, clothe the American people so they can continue to keep the operations going with it?
Well, as we discussed this morning, although, sir, I don't think you were in the room, there's obviously a very, very understandable concern in the agriculture market on labor. I spoke with the president about it this morning. I had a meeting with both Secretary Noem and Secretary Chavez de Rimmer on Monday night. The president, in an April 10th cabinet meeting on his own, talked about it. There is no doubt that, first of all, significant reform needs to happen to the H-2A, H-2B, et cetera, which I know you all are leading on in a bipartisan effort, but also the importance of our administration and this president, which he does, recognizing that we have a major gap in the labor market for our dairy farmers, a lot of our row croppers, and how you balance that, obviously, with his commitment to America and to the American voters, which we don't all agree on, but to address illegal immigration. So please know I'm committed to working around the clock to solve for that.
Thank you so
Gentlemen-
much.
Gentleman's
And-
time has expired.
Yes.